Hey y'all, so it's Asia, and today I wanted to talk about The Photograph and my problem with the movie. Partially didn't like it because I spent $16 on it and I thought it was some bullshit. Well, really 17. First of all, that's too fucking much for a ticket. I don't care what nobody say. Second thing, I will be telling the movie and I will not be explaining like the difference between her mom and her and the foreshadowing and I don't give a fuck about none of that. My sole problem with this movie is the fact that we're labeling this as black love and then the standards are damn near the fucking floor. So, but to touch on the first thing that I found is like very common. People care so much about the premature sex saying that wasn't good. Let's just be honest. Like it's 2020. Niggas out here fucking period. Everything, anything. Like that's just a part of a relationship nowadays. Like, do I agree with it? Hell no. But is that a part of it? It is. So I don't care about that shit neither. It's just that's just what it is now. Do I think it's okay? Again, fuck no. But I don't care about that because there are so many relationships, successful relationships that have come from like one night stands or premature sex. So that don't mean anything to me. I'm definitely a big stickler on there's always an exception to the rule. So yeah, I don't care about that. My problem with the movie is the fact that this is a direct depiction of what the African American culture looks like, and we're still saying that it's okay because it's not. Like, I literally give kudos to the creator because when I tell you, like, watching the movie was like literally like looking in a mirror, it was so spot on. It was amazing. But the fact that we said that this is black love, the fact that this is something that we want to leave as a legacy for younger ladies and like just like little kids to look up to and say like, oh, this is okay, but then also say like young guys, like it's okay for you to act like that. It's not. It's really not. And so I just have to address it mainly because I spent that $16, $17. So now you gotta hear my voice. So basically, my problem with the movie started from the second Lakeith decided to decline the phone call from Issa. I'm gonna go ahead and tell a little backstory. So to keep it nice and simple, Issa and Lakeith meet up. She's like a very important person over a gallery. He is a reporter. He covers her mom because she's this beautiful photographer, but she died. So the only way that he's able to get information from her is from her father and also from her. So basically, he sees her. He's shook by her beauty, which makes sense. Beautiful chocolate woman. Who wouldn't be? So he winds up saying, yo, I got a little distracted. Can I kick it? Can we like go on a date? Because I find you to be very beautiful. They go on a date, have a good time. They link up, I think, maybe one or two more times. After that, then boom, they decide to have sex. I'm going to stop right here and say this movie was so accurate that to the point to how he got into her house, that the whack ass like reason of like what got him into the house got him into the house. And it's literally like it's so crazy to me because that shit really works. Like I know plenty of people that have gotten a house that way. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch it. But anyway, so they in the house, they wind up having sex. Then where do you go from here? She's like, yo, I want to try this. He's like, okay, cool, I'm down with it too. So they kicking it. They doing whatever they want to do. Then we eventually get to the point to where he puts in an application to go to New England. This was before he met her too, by the way. But he puts in the application. He finally gets notified saying, hello, yo, you got the job. Come through. He's like, okay, he's going to take it. So he's out celebrating with his brother, Laurel. And then they're talking. And then she calls him to let her know some important information that she just found out. This dude don't answer the phone. He intentionally he looks at it and does not answer the phone. His brother sees him, says, yo, you can't keep doing that because you choosing not to communicate with her, you choosing to like just allow her to feel so many emotional things behind you, but you want to be inconsistent, you don't know what you want, like that's not okay. So because you know you're about to go somewhere, yo, let her know. That's basically what the brother says. He's like, yeah, okay. But he still moves in that same manner of not giving a fuck. So his brother says his brother calls him on his shit. And then yet Lakeith still chooses to be very lackadaisical about it, nonchalant, and just is like, fuck it. So the next time that he sees Issa, he's at her father's house. And basically, he winds up going back there because he wants to finish out the story before he goes to New England. Well, he doesn't know that Issa's gonna be there. So she walks out the house looking snackable, smackable, as well, of course. And then all of a sudden, this man is able to talk. He's able to use his words. He's able to put sentences together that actually make a tad bit of sense. But you're telling me you couldn't pick up that phone call? And another thing that I didn't like about the movie was the fact that from the time that he decided not to answer the phone to when he sees her next at her father's house in Louisiana, we don't know how much time has passed. So in my mind, again, another reason why I didn't like the movie is because when I call you and you don't answer, but then you also don't call me back, you don't text me, I got a problem with that, because it's clear that she didn't reach out to him after she called him that last time. And again, because we don't know how much time went by, this nigga ain't call and check on nobody. He ain't call and say what's up. He ain't call to ask, see how she was doing. None of that. So yeah, I got a problem with it. And the detest for it grows solely because he's not communicating, but then when he sees her, he wants to touch her, he wants to kiss her, he want to be body to body. I think the fuck not. That don't, like, to me, that don't make sense. Like, he pulls up to the pop's house, he's like, yo, you didn't tell me you was gonna be here. And she was like, well, I tried to call you. And I was like, you right, she fucking tried to call you, but you didn't answer your phone. So whose fault is it? Yours. Like, let me calm down. But again, I'm so passionate about this solely because, again, y'all want to say that this is black love, but a simple component that every black man always is hyping on is the fact of communication is key. He couldn't even do that in the movie. I think that is bullshit. Like, that's nonsense. And again, the fact that, like, we say that, like, shit like that is okay. And don't get me wrong, like, I don't like his actions, but I also don't like hers, because saying, yo, I tried to call you, that's not enough for me. Make him tell you what the fuck came up. Like, I don't get it, because to me, it's like, if we can have sex, if we can say, oh, we're going to do this and we're going to do that, you can tell me why you didn't answer the phone call. You can tell me what was so important that you didn't get back to me. Yeah, I got a problem with her not speaking on certain shit, because that's the problem. We as women, we'll take on and do and listen to so much bullshit, but we never speak on things that mean something to us. We want to cry about it. No, it's not okay. I don't think that is okay. And it's damn sure not love. Because had the shoe been on the other foot and a dude tried to call his female and she ain't answer, he gonna go off. He damn near probably would have cheated on her just because she ain't pick up one phone call. But you telling me you couldn't do that? I don't think that that's okay. Like, it's dudes out here that care so much about a girl that when they don't have a phone, they're emailing the female. I know because my brother has done it. Showing that he's very intentional about how he feels about her. And you telling me you couldn't even do that? And then y'all want to call that black love? Hey, if y'all want to move like that, that's cool. But don't lie and say that that's black love or that's love, period, because it's not. And if you as a woman are okay with that, then you need to go ahead and look at yourself and figure out what makes you think that that's okay. Because if a dude is down for you, he gonna ride for you, period. He's going to let you know what's going on before anybody else. So, let me go ahead and say this. So another reason why I didn't like that part was because it solely just made me feel like she was just an option. The movie didn't make me feel like she was a choice. Like, he was fiery after her. Like, he was passionate behind her. He saw her in New Orleans. They wound up touching, feeling on each other and kissing. Like, that's cool. Like, that's okay. But you ain't said nothing to me in like 2 or 3 days. It made me feel like because you saw her and you was having a good time and y'all going out, you might as well have a nice little dime piece on your arm. And again, the fact that she did not say anything is the problem. We are more than just an object. We're more than just something that you can communicate with when you choose to. If you want to touch me, if you want to kiss me, let me know. Tell me something. Make me feel as though I actually mean something. Like, I'm not just something for you to stick your dick in. Yes, I have a problem with it. I have a very, very, very big problem with it. Because it makes me feel like she's only on your mind when she's in front of you. And that's not the way that if you love me, you should move. You should think of me like, you should be able to think of me when certain shit pop off and say, yo, let me go tell her. And I'm not saying that the female has to be on the man's mind 24/7. That's not what I'm saying. But when certain shit pop off, when certain drastic things happen, I should be one of the first people that you tell. If you calling me a woman, if you saying that you love me, that shit's not okay. And I don't care what no one says. But to keep going, so one thing that I thought about was, what if she had intentionally known that he didn't answer the phone call? Would she still feel the same? Like, would she still have, met him in New England and done, like, would she have still done that? Because I genuinely want to know, like, seeing that part seeing the whole movie, it just made me think about, like, do we love based off of how a person loves us, or do we love because we just choose to? Like, I've seen what it looks like for a guy to choose a girl and she be on his mind to the point that his actions secure his love for her. So I don't understand why, again, something that we're calling black love doesn't do that. Like, I just don't get it. I don't. So to tell what I'm thinking about, like, I had a friend, his name is Julian, and he had a girlfriend, her name was Asia, beautiful chocolate girl, bubbly personality, beautiful smile. Like, she was a very hot commodity that guys are capable of understanding, like, yo, if you get her, you lucky. Like, if you get her, da 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 da. So one day Julian was walking by and he was moving briskly because he had something to do. And one of these dudes was like, yo, so-and-so want to talk to you. And he was on his phone. He looked up and said, I got a girl. And then kept it pushing. He spoke to me and then he went inside. That was so fucking fire. Like, Asia went nowhere near him. Asia don't even know about this. She doesn't. I never even told her. But to the point to where, like, he kept it pushing, like, that's black, like, that's love. Yes, they were both black. That's black love to me. And at this time, Julian was like 16, 17, and 18. So you telling me a guy in high school is capable of understanding how to communicate, is capable of understanding how to secure his girl's presence or his girl's attachment to him, but you telling me this man couldn't, and he like in his late 20s, early 30s? Yes, I have the biggest problem with it. I have it, and I have a biggest problem with everybody who thinks that shit is okay. Who think that it's okay not to communicate, who thinks that it's okay for girls to just go with the flow, listen to him, but not say what's on your mind. If a dude ride for you, he ride for you, period. Again, that's just how I feel, and I don't think that the way that Lakeith was moving, Issa and Lakeith were moving in this movie, that's not love. Like, love is communication, love is transparency, thoughtfulness, sacrifice, selflessness. But then we're gonna go ahead and put the creme de la creme on it. We're gonna talk about black love. Baby, that's strength, that's fire, that's passion, that's bondage. That's the example that not just anybody can live up to. And you telling me that it's okay for him to move in that manner? Fuck no. And if we tell young girls that shit like that is okay, we're leaving them in a fucked up situation, and we are the only people to blame. That movie, that's not what love is. That's not okay. It's not right. And I honestly don't give a fuck what nobody say. I don't. But to keep going, so he's kissing on her, and then they spend the rest of the day together, basically retracing her mother's footsteps and things of that nature. Then he finally decides that he's going to tell her that he's moving to New England. So they step away from the crowd, and he starts telling her, like, yo, I want to be with you. I care about you. And she's like, well, it's not practical. It won't work. It's not practical. And to me, I was just like, I didn't like it because they had her operating out of just a one-sided emotion, just being emotional, just her feelings. What about the respect, my nigga? What about the fact that, like, you knew this the whole day and you choose till after you kiss me, till after you touch on me, till after we spend good time together and we reignite that chemistry, that you move into New England? Yes, I have a very, very big problem with it, because I should have a choice on whether or not you touch me. I should have a choice on whether or not I want to spend the day with somebody that I caught feelings for, and then he didn't choose to call me back. And then he also wants to tell me after he's kissed me and after we've done all this other stuff that he's moving to New England. Yes, I have a very, very big problem with it. And if the shoe was on the other foot, a man would would damn near go to hell, would take everything to hell. Everything would be up in flames because he felt so bad about it. And you can't tell me that that's not the case. So yes, I don't like that. I didn't like the fact that she was like, it's not practical, and she was operating out of the feet. We're more than our feelings. We're not some one-sided thing that just is super duper empathetic. That's not just what we are. We're not just emotional. I need to know that you respect me. I need to know that when something like that happens, I'm one of the first people that you tell, because I know that you fuck with me the way that I fuck with you. And I know that just like us having that space between one another, that's going to cause some friction. So I need to let you know that I got you. I need to let you know that no matter how much space we got between us, if I say I fuck with you and I love you, then that will never change. And that's not what happened. And that's what, again, I have a problem with. The fact that we say that this shit is okay, and then we go ahead and we move as women to just drag ourselves through the mud and say, fuck our emotions, fuck our feelings, and fuck the headspace that we're in over a nigga. I think the fuck not. It's not practical. What? It's not practical for you to think that it's okay for you not to communicate with me. That's what the fuck is not practical. Anyways. I'm getting so aggravated and kind of so just like hyped behind it because of the simple fact that like you only told me this because you saw me. Had she not been at the father's house at that time, you wouldn't have told her this. You wouldn't have said nothing. You didn't even pick up the phone to let her know. And because of the depiction of this movie and how close it is to the way that African-American men move, there's no doubt in my mind that as soon as he got all that intel for the story, that nigga would have caught a flight and been out to New England and not said nothing to her. And so you want to talk about it's not practical? Where is the respect? I need to feel as though we are equal. I need to feel as though you fuck with me as much as I say I fuck with you. Your actions aren't showing it. And since they are not, you right, it's not practical. Because you got me fucked up if you think I'm gonna accept some half-ass love from you. Period. Anyways. Seeing Julian and seeing the way that like Asia was not there, yet everybody knew that that was his girl. There is no reason, there is no way that you can help me understand or make me believe that other men are incapable of doing that. Because my nigga was 16, 17, or 18, 16 or 17 at the time. And you can't even tell me that? And then you want to talk about I care about you when you see me? No, the fuck you don't. Because you would have told me as soon as you found out. And I get it. He could have been scared. He probably didn't know how she was gonna react. But at the end of the day, if we talking about love, baby, love is stronger than all of that. So love is being bold. Love is being brave. Love is understanding that even though this is gonna put us in an uncomfortable position right now, I know that I'm doing the right thing. I know that I didn't deceive nobody. I know that I was honest, and I know that I put her feelings before my own. That's what love is. And that, what they showed on screen, is not. It is not okay, and I cannot stress that enough. If you are a girl watching this and you have dudes that's moving in that manner, if you want to work it out with them, then do that. But change your standards. Shit like that is not okay. It's not, and I don't care what no one says. If you want something that's better, that's bigger than that, then expect more than that and require more than that. But you also expect it out of yourself. Period. Like, if it's love, I don't want it. They're moving on. She starts to confide in her friend and tell her, I said the exact opposite of everything that I felt. And I hated this part because, again, you're not just a woman that we should not just be women that operate out of feelings, because we're more than that. We have a mind. We have a subconscious that holds the thoughts and the things that we are too scared to say. So if you can't say what you are thinking, then we have a problem. What are you talking about? Said the exact opposite of how I felt. How about just what you think? You can't say that? Yes, I have a problem with it. We are black women, baby. We are queens. You hold your fucking head up and you say what's on your mind. You should expect more than that. Issa should have expected more than that. It's not practical. You right, it's not practical. But not because of the distance. That shit don't mean nothing. Because of the respect that he did not have for you. That's what's impractical, thinking that I'm gonna sit up here and ride for somebody that can't even communicate a simple thing as distance. I think the fuck not. Whew. So ask the right questions. Require for somebody to tell you what's going on. Don't sit up here and feel bad because he's moving away, but he still doesn't tell you what's going on. What the fuck are you doing? Like, to me, it's just like she felt so bad, and she's like, I didn't want to. Bitch, let him miss you. What do you mean? What do you mean it's not practical? What do you mean you feel bad? If you're gonna miss him, miss him. That's real shit. But don't sit up here and buy this man Kendrick Lamar tickets and go all the way to New England to see him, and he hasn't even reached out to you. This whole movie, she has been the one saying, I'm here, I want to try this, I want this to work, I'm down. He has done nothing. I have seen men that are so desirous behind a girl that they will reach out to her even when she says, do not talk to me, just because they care so much about her. Literally, that has happened to me. I told this guy that I caught feelings for, yo, I don't want to talk to you right now. I don't have nothing to say to you, and I don't want you to speak to me. He let some time pass, and even still, he was right there, right next to me saying, look, I know I'm sorry. I know you're mad. I know da-da-da-da, but I just want you to know that I still care about you, that I still have love for you. That's what love is. You can't tell me that that's not. You just can't tell me that it's not, baby. Us choosing to say this is love and that this shit is okay is ridiculous. I did not like this. And the fact, and the epitome of it is the simple fact that, like, you can sit up here and say you're going to New England, you tell your dude that, and he like, you know what, I can't. He would have had a fit, first of all. But he would have been like, you know what, I can't do this, and been fucking on another bitch that same night. But you want to go and buy some fucking Kendrick Lamar tickets and go see this nigga? I think not. To me, she was weak. And that's the shit that does not get you anywhere or gets you in a predicament that you deserve more than. And my last thing before this ends is a simple fact that so many people have a problem with women that date white men, but white men treat them better than this. So many people have a problem with interracial relationships, yet you still want to subject your sister to some bullshit, and y'all think that it's okay. And not only do you subject them to bullshit, but you as the man or you as the woman that create that nonsense, you still don't have a right, you still don't feel obligated to change, and give the people of your color a chance to feel something different. Those white girls that sit up here and that experience the fairy tales that black girls say they want, that's not a fairy tale, that's a standard. Why? Because that's something that they have required to happen. Period. Change it, because I want a fairy tale, and I will not modify that just because somebody tells me, oh, you're a black woman, you should be with a black man. I think the fuck not. I'm going to be with somebody who treats me the way that I deserve to be treated. And I will not change or modify what I want for that. So if that's you, baby, look in the mirror and change some shit. And as a black man, do better. And black women, do better. We are worth so much more. We both need to give more energy. Like, change that shit for real. Y'all have a good day. I'll see you later. If y'all trying to give a sis a refund for the $17